Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are the UX design people. In this channel, we share tips, ideas, inspirations, and everything related to UX design. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about prototype triggers. When you create an interaction, it has a trigger and an action. The trigger is what starts it, while the action is what you want that interaction to do. On my screen here, you can see different types of prototype triggers. I'm going to be sharing how to use all of them. And if you really like this content, please like, comment, and share to all your friends, especially those in UX design. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't, please do so that you don't miss any of my content when they drop. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be demonstrating how to use all these different types of prototype triggers. The first one and the simplest one is on click. This means that when you click on any element that is clickable, like a button, this input field, the radio element, a dismiss button, anything, it means that when you click on it, it initiates or it triggers an action. To start using prototype triggers, you need to be familiar with this prototype panel. Right here, I've not clicked any element. I'm on the normal page. You can't see any of the controls here, but once I click on something, you will see where you can add an interaction. So to create an interaction, like I said earlier, you need a trigger and an action. A trigger is what initiates that action. To create your on-click interaction, you need to select the exact element that you want to click. You want only the button to be clicked in this instance. You can see these noodles. All these lines are called noodles. You can see them because I've already created some interactions so that this video will not be too long. Yeah, they've accused me of making very long videos and I'm trying to not do that here. So right now I've created this interaction, but I can still do it again. But let me just show you what I did. The first thing you see here is the trigger. Everything else is the action. If you open it, you will see the trigger here is on click. Then the action is to open the overlay. So this icon here is for overlay. An overlay is just something that appears over another thing. It can be a toast, a modal, anything you want to put on top of what is existing here. So you are saying this submit button, when you click it, it should open an overlay. Figma is asking you what is the overlay, then you select it. My own is the notification, and the notification is what I did right here. This notification, I want it to appear on top of this page when I click it. Then the position, I put centered so that it will be in the middle of the screen. Then this part, you can just customize it the way you want. That is not our focus for today. You can keep playing with this in your free time. What the on-click trigger does is that when you apply it to an element and you play the prototype, the action will be performed. We can try this out. This button here opens this page in your Figma in another tab so that you can view it on a much larger screen. So when I click on this, you have this full screen here. You can see it. This is our landing page. But if you come back here to the page and you use this smaller one, this preview, then it's just going to open it within this tab, and you can drag it, you can customize it by reducing the size and things like that. As I was saying, the submit button, once you click on it, that notification shows in the middle, in the center of the page, and I set it to close when you click outside. So I've clicked outside now and the modal has disappeared. You can use the on-click trigger to do so much more, like opening a link, directing the user to another page, and many more things. So that's basically what on-click trigger is. Let's quickly move to the on-drag trigger. The drag trigger is quite different from the click trigger in the sense that for dragging, you need to move the elements across the screen, up, down, left, or right. For on-click, you just need to tap on the element and the action will be triggered. If you look closely over here, I have this component that I've already designed. I actually designed this years ago, but I just modified it today for the purpose of this video. So yes, I have this like task list or to-do list, and the idea is to make it that when you swipe this first one, you are able to delete it and it disappears. What I did was to just create these variants in a way that it will mimic the swipe to delete action. So what I did here was to set the trigger of this first frame. Yeah, this frame that I want to delete, I selected it and I set the trigger to on-drag. This is the first thing to do, set it to on-drag. Then the action, I want it to change to. So this change to is only available when you are using components. Whether you are within the component or you are outside it, just know that it applies only to variants or instances of a component. So variants are the ones that are still within these parent component, while instances are variants outside the component. So this whole thing like this is a variant right here. But once I bring it out and I paste it in this frame, it's an instance. And I set the action to change to. If you open this, you will see navigate to. Navigate to means take me somewhere like another screen. Then change to is the one that I just said that changes to another variant. Back means go to the previous screen. Scroll to, this one applies to items on the same page. You can't scroll to another page, you have to navigate to another page. But if you're still within the page, let's say you want to go from the top of the page to the footer, you can use scroll to. Open link is pretty straightforward. Just apply this open link action to any link text on your screen, and once you play the prototype, it's going to open the link. Open overlay, I've explained this before, that it brings up something on top of your current element. Swap overlay works together with open overlay. So let's say you've already applied open overlay to a page to display a modal. Swap overlay can be used to change that modal. So you apply the swap overlay on the current overlay, that is swap me with something else. Then close overlay is used to remove the modal from your screen. Set variable mode, check if or else. All these are advanced prototyping features. I'll make a video showing how to use them soon. Basically, what we are doing now is that we want to change this variant to this one when you drag. I want this to change to dragged when you drag it, right? This one is quite tricky. If you don't want stress, you can leave it as instant. But for dragging, you need to use Smart Animate because instant is not available. Since you are dragging, something is animating. So the instant option is not available. You just have to use Smart Animate and set this one to linear if you don't really know much about all this. The duration, you don't want to make it really long. You just want to make it quite short. Now that you've customized your drag interaction, after you've dragged it, that's not the end. You want this delete bar to go away so that this buy Greek yogurt can be the first item on your list. So what you do is that the whole variant this time around, you set after delay. That is, after a bit of time, make this one appear. This delete block is hidden under this frame, under this white frame. So once you've dragged it, this delete will show, right? After it shows, it can't control itself or disappear on its own. You still need to set up an interaction for it to change to this and then finally disappear. What you do is to now select the whole frame, the whole variant. Once you set up your after delay by choosing the trigger, the delay, the action to change to this deleted, because this is deleted, and then the animation to Smart Animate as usual. Then you pick up this one as well. You set another after delay. After some time, change this whole thing to this. That is, remove this. Change this whole block to this one. That is, this deleted and undo will no longer appear. This entire block will no longer appear. Everything will be like this. Once you set it up, you are ready to now play your interaction. Copy this first one, the default one. You put it in your frame. That's where you want the screen to be. You go to the parent element, select it, and you present. So let's test the interaction now. This is the one we want to drag. You can see that I'm clicking on it, but nothing is happening until you drag it. You can see that I'm dragging it now. I've dragged it and the prototype works. Let's do it again. Once you drag this now, it shows deleted, undo, and it goes away. So that's basically it. It works. That's that about on drag trigger. Let's move to while hovering. While hovering is one of the simplest interactions to use. It means when you are hovering on a layer, you're not clicking on it, you're just hovering. And this should tell you something. It should tell you that this only works on desktop. It doesn't work on mobile apps or mobile screens because you don't hover on mobile. There's no way to hover on mobile devices. You have to tap on something. If it's a mobile app that you're designing, don't waste your time with this. Don't bother about it at all. Instead of this, you go to while pressing. For your buttons and other elements, you can use while pressing. But on desktop, it's very good to use while hovering interaction. This hover trigger can be used for tooltips, bringing down a drop-down list or a menu list. It's just really good for displaying content that was initially hidden on the page. So once you hover, something happens, either the color changes or a stroke appears. It's a way of giving feedback to the user that an action is occurring here. Let's quickly see two examples of what this looks like. Here, I have this avatar. I want the user to see more information when they hover on the avatar. This is the avatar. Once I hover here, you can see my name and my membership. If you try to go out of this element, it disappears. So you don't have to click or do anything. Just come around, hover on it. As long as you are there, this tooltip is going to show. Now let me show us how it works. I've already connected it here. The interaction is set up already. The trigger is while hovering. Then the action is open overlay. You can see that this tooltip is an overlay. I did not add a background because I don't need it for the tooltip. It's just a non-invasive action. I don't want it to really distract the user or cause any drama. so no background. Then the overlay is the tooltip. That's what I named this tooltip element. And the position, I put manual. Let me move the tooltip up here, just beside it, so that you can see it. So we want this tooltip to point here. You can see that the position is manual, but the tooltip is going to cover the element by the time you prototype it. What do you do then? You drag the tooltip all the way to this side so that it's pointing exactly where you want it to. So it's as simple as that. Once you play the prototype, click on the parent element, play it, you will see that it's going to work. Can you see it? You don't have to click or do anything. You just hover. It's very simple, right? The most common example for hover interaction is buttons. Like I said earlier, it's very good design practice to give some feedback to the user when they do something, or to just signify that something is possible. You're just trying to say this area is different from the rest of the page. If you look closely at the prototype here, when I hover on this button, this submit button, two things happen. The first thing is the cursor changes to a pointer. I did not set that up myself. This is Figma's native interaction. Figma has set it up in a way that when you have an on-click interaction anywhere in the page and you go to that element, the cursor changes to a pointer. So even if you forgot to put over interaction on this button, the cursor will even change. If you go to this text, it's not clickable, this logo is not clickable, all these are not clickable right now because I did not set them up. Normally they should be because they are links. But basically the over interaction just shows you that something is different about this element. Don't forget that this button has already been used in an interaction, which is triggered by this click, the one that I first explained, right? But it doesn't stop you from adding other interactions. You can add multiple interactions to one element. As you can see here, you have something called variant interactions. These ones come from the variant itself, while this one is applied to the instance. That is the variant outside the parent component. For components like this that you want to apply an interaction throughout the platform, like this button, you want to say, oh, everywhere you go on the platform, once you hover, you want it to change to black. It means that you don't apply it on each instance. It is better that you go to the main component and then you add all your interactions right here. If you don't add the interaction here, it means every time you go out of this parent component and you create instances like this, like you bring out the button from here, you have to now come here to add it. Let's say you don't have these variant interactions. This place will be blank and you have to do that for every button that you create out of this parent component. So don't do that. This button, for example, I want it to change to this on hover. So I come here, this is my hover interaction. The trigger is hover, the action change to. Don't forget that change to applies to instances and variants of components. Then the variant is primary. I still want it to be primary. Then the state, I want to change it to hover. Here I have 4 states. I have default state, hover state, pressed state, and disabled state. This pressed state, I intentionally used red so that when I'm demonstrating it, it will be very obvious. Then the size is medium. I don't want that to change. So here, the only thing that changed is this hover, because before it was default. This button is a default button. If you check the design, state is default. But by the time I want to prototype it, I will change the state to hover. Once you set that up, you can return to your instance. Then if you come to your prototype panel, you will see that the variant interactions are already there. If we play it here, you will see that it turns to black. Let's move on. While pressing is almost like on click. This one is used to click and hold. This while pressing is used to indicate a state within the few milliseconds of you actually pressing an element. So that while you are pressing a button, there's just this minimal interaction that takes place as you are pressing that button, not after you've pressed it. That is another thing entirely. I'll just quickly show us an example of this. While pressing only works as you are still pressing it. Once you stop pressing it, you won't see it anymore. I'm going to click on this button now. You can see that just the few milliseconds of me clicking on it, you can see that something is happening. The background is changing to red. It's very useful for mobile devices because there's no hover, and this doesn't work with hover. You can't use the two at the same time. So if you are doing for desktop screens, on desktop screens, you put the hover interaction and on-click interaction. But for mobile screen, you just have your while pressing state and your on-click interaction. You can also long press. While you are long pressing, you keep seeing the press state until you stop. Let's quickly talk about after delay. After delay is used to trigger an action when a user has spent some time on a particular frame. When the user has stayed some milliseconds or some seconds, it depends on how long you want it to be. When the user has stayed some seconds on this frame or on this element, then do something. Here the trigger is the time and the action will only occur after the delay. That's just the meaning, after some delay. after some time. Let's use this as an example. You are trying to submit this form, but you are not aware that your internet has just gone off. So you as the designer, you want to show the error here that, oh, please check your internet connection or something. You know that this error is not persistent. I've explained in one of my previous videos called the UX of notifications. This error is not persistent. You don't want it to just remain on the screen. You want this error message to disappear after some time, right? So what do? You come over here and you connect your submit button to this one instead. Currently, it's showing this success. You've joined the waitlist. So user B does not have good internet and you want to display this error to them. If you just do it this way without modifying all these things inside, it's going to give you something that you do not want. Let me show you. Can you see? This is not what you want. What you want is that this toast appears at a corner, just like this tooltip. It appears at a corner, somewhere that is not blocking the screen. So you click on this interaction nodal, the nodal that connects the button and this error message. Then you come here and you remove it from centered. You put it to manual. So this manual, you can just bring it up here. You can bring it up here. You can bring it up here or anywhere you want. And this close when clicking outside is not really important. You don't need it. Then the background, you don't need a background. So you deselect the two. Now to make this error message vanish, there are two ways to go about it. This part, this dismiss button, you can use it. You can make it that when the user clicks on it, it closes the overlay. You can just drag the nodal to the right like that. You will see it on click close overlay. You can see how I added some space around the X so that it will be easy for them to click, right? Very mindful. If you don't want to do that, you can click on the error message itself and you set the interaction to be triggered by some delay. So here you have after delay instead of on click. Don't make it on click because right now you are looking at the whole frame, the whole element, the whole error message. Don't do on click. Come down here to after delay. Then you set the delay. 1 second is 1000 milliseconds. So this 800 milliseconds is not even up to 1 second. So let me do 3000 milliseconds, which is equal to 3 seconds, right? Then the action is closed overlay. That means this entire overlay that we brought out from this submit button is going to be closed. When you are done, you close it and play your prototype just to see what you've done. So you click on the submit, you see your network error thingy over here and it goes after 3 seconds. If you want to use the X to close it, you can as well come here and close it. It's as simple as that. Now let's move to key/gamepad. It's getting pretty interesting, right? If you check my screen, you can see that I've already created an interaction here triggered by key/gamepad. This means that the interaction is triggered by you pressing something on your keyboard or on your gamepad. Figma says this one can work with your Xbox, your PS5, your Nintendo, some select gamepads. You can check Figma's website for more information about that. But basically, it's triggered by you pressing a key on your keyboard or on your gamepad. I'll quickly demonstrate that. The example I want to use here is that when you type your name and you select enter, then the form is submitted. You don't have to click on this submit. You know, we've connected this submit to the error message, so we're not going to be touching that. It is this input field that you want to apply that interaction. Let me show you what it will look like when we're done. I've typed my name now. Once I press enter, you can see this success message, right? Let me do it again. You type your name, and click on enter. I'm not using my mouse, I'm not doing anything. This input field by default is empty. This is just the placeholder. So I made it that on clicking it, it changes to the field state. This field state is the one containing my email. When I press enter, the form is submitted and you can see this success message. So let's do that quickly. This is what I just said, the variant interaction that is in the main component. I set it that this placeholder state, once you click on it, it changes this value type to default instead of placeholder. I'll try to connect it. So I've removed the interaction that I did first. I'm not going to remove this one because it's a variant interaction. Select this and click, change it to gamepad, then the key. Here you press the key that you want. If it is E, you press it. It means when you are done and you click on E, then the form will be submitted, right? But right now you've not added any action, so it's not going to work. I'll do this again. I'll press enter. So enter is the key that I want to trigger the submission of this form. And here you set the submission here to open the overlay and set it to notification. The position should be centered. It should close when clicking outside and it should have a background. So let's play it and we'll see. Yeah, so I click on this. It will show my email as if I just typed it. And once I press enter, the form is submitted. It's as simple as that. Let's move on. Mouse enter and mouse leave are like twins. Mouse enter and mouse leave are inseparable. This mouse enter means that you want to trigger an interaction when the mouse enters the zone of the element. Let's say this white block is our element. You are saying that when this cursor that is moving around on the screen, when it goes into this white card or this white block, then the interaction should be triggered. Then this mouse leave is the entire opposite. It means when you now leave, something else should be done. They are used together. You can't really do one without the other, because when you say an interaction should be triggered when the mouse is entering, you also must decide what should happen when the mouse is leaving. If not, the state is not going to change, and that's how it's going to remain. Let's do a quick example with this FAQ section. Like I said earlier, some interactions are best applied in the variant itself. That is, when you go to the component, you apply the variant. Let's do that. Go to main component. Right here, I applied it on the closed and the open states. This FAQ is closed. This accordion is closed. This one is open. So I set it that when the mouse enters, change it to open instantly. While this one, when the mouse leaves, change it to closed instantly. No delay, nothing. So if you go back to the instance and we play it, this is our landing page. When you come to the accordion and you enter, you can say that is open, this is closed. This one is open right now, but when I enter and I leave, it becomes closed. Open and closed. Let's quickly move to the second set of twins. That's mouse down and mouse up. These ones are pretty tricky because most people don't even know what they are used for. And to be honest, it's even hard to explain, but I'm going to make it as simple as possible. Think of mouse down and mouse up as the extended version of while pressing. While pressing is like, while you are pressing, do something. While pressing will do only one thing as you are pressing it. But this mouse down and mouse up helps you to split some interactions in a way that while the mouse is down, you can do a couple of things until you put mouse up. It's different from while pressing, because for while pressing, it reverts to the previous state. But for mouse down and mouse up, you can do different things. It's more complex than while pressing. Let me quickly show an example of that. The first example I want to use for mouse down and mouse up is this record button. You can use this mouse down and mouse up to mimic how recording voice notes work. So if you want to record your voice notes, let me play this screen. This is the one I did for pressing. So when you press it, it shows your pressed state until you release it. While this one, when the mouse is down, it shows something. But when the mouse is up, it shows something else. So you can customize it the way you want. That while the mouse is still down, it should show something. Then once your mouse is up, it should show something else. It's as simple as that. So it can be used for this voice note recording, prototyping. Another example is scanning to unlock. Let me show you how this one works. This one, let's say this cursor is your thumb. You want to unlock your phone, so you place it like this and you release it. You can see that it has gone to your home page. That's your home screen, right? I was looking for some inspiration, especially this scan to unlock feature. Then I saw this on Figma community and I thought, okay, let me use this for this video. I saw that this designer tried to replicate the screens and put in different variants of the fingerprint component. This designer made it in a way that when you thumbprint or fingerprint, it goes to this second frame, and then after some time, that's after delay, this screen changes to this. Then after some delay, this screen changes to this. Then after some delay, this screen changes to your home screen. However, you can use mouse down and mouse up to just simplify it so that you have just two screens, right? This is your instance. This is the instance of this first variant. When your user thumbprints, it goes through all these steps before coming back to your home screen. What you do is you just come to this variant, then you set it that when your mouse is down, change to 2. The mouse is still down. If you don't use mouse down and you just use on click, it doesn't really know when your hand has been removed or not. So when your mouse is down, that is when you are thumbprinting, when you are fingerprinting, you change it to this second variant. Then after some delay, you change it to the third variant. After some delay, you change it to this third variant. So this part now depends entirely on you. You can use after delay to complete the process. That is, after delay, you change to this one. But I set mine in a way that this last one is mouse up. That is, when you lift your finger from the screen, you do this. Then after some delay, 100 milliseconds, that's 1/10 of a second, then you navigate to this home page. You can also do it that from this part, instead of you having mouse up here, you can do this mouse up and you still add the interaction to navigate from this screen to this screen. So here you have your normal mouse up, right? To change from this variant to this variant. Then you can add another interaction to navigate to, what's the name of the screen? Unlocked. So what I did was to add 2 interactions. That is, when the mouse is up, then change to this and immediately do this, navigate to this. When you do that one, this after delay is not needed anymore. And if you play the interaction, you essentially get the same thing. See, you see that my mouse is not up yet. I'm still long pressing. But once my mouse is up, it goes to the home screen. Normally, the behavior of Android phones or all the phones that use fingerprinting is that once your fingerprint is correct, they go to the home screen. But it's just for the purpose of this presentation, or it's just for the purpose of this video that I made my own. That is until you lift your finger, that you see the home screen. So don't confuse this with the norm. That's essentially what mouse up and mouse down is. Another way to master it is that mouse enter and mouse leave, they work like while hovering. They are like an extended version of while hovering, while mouse down and mouse up are extended versions of while pressing. We actually have one more set of twins, and that's when video hits and when video ends. This one is pretty easy, and it only happens when you have a video on your page. I don't think you've seen any video, right? But I have a video here. This is my opening video for all the content that I create, and if I play this landing page here, you will see that the video is going to play. This is the video, so it's very short. But what we want to do right now is auto-playing. When I added the video, I set it to auto-play. But what we want to do is that when you click on it, it pauses. When you click on it again, it plays. So let's do that quickly. You come to your video. This is my video. To add a video, you come here. This normal place, your fill. Instead of image or color or gradient, you come to this last part. You see video. Then you upload your video from your computer, right? Once you upload the video from your computer, you come to this prototype. Make sure you are still clicking on the video. This is my video. Let me label it. This is my video. Then you select your interaction. One thing I forgot to mention is that you can apply any trigger, all these triggers, you can apply them to different video actions. These are video actions. So for videos, you have extra triggers. That's when video hits and when video ends. So when you have a video on your page and you select on click, this is our trigger right now, on click, right? And you say, okay, when I click this, then pause the video, this video, then the behavior. The behavior is, are you saying that when I click it, it should always play? Or when I click it, it should pause only? Or when I click it, it should toggle? That is, the first click should be play, the second one should be pause, the next one should be play, the next one should be pause. That's what it means. Let's see how that looks like. I've paused it right now because I set the behavior to toggle. The next one is going to be play. Can you see? Let me pause it again. So you can keep doing this. Let me just pause it like that so that it won't distract us. You can keep doing this, keep playing with it. You can do the same thing for Gamepad. That is when you press space, then you play or pause this video. If you come here and you click on your space bar, you can see that it's playing, then pause, play, pause. That's how it works. Now let's do when video hits. This one is pretty simple. The trigger is when video hits. So when video hits, which time? When video hits this time that you will set by yourself here. If your video is longer than mine, you can always do like 1 minute or so. But my own video is just 4 seconds. So I will say when the video hits 1 second, this is 1 second right here, then mute the video. This video, don't toggle, just mute. Don't toggle it. So when the video hits 1 second, then it's going to mute the video. Let's play it and see. You can see that it's muted now. It's muted. Let's go back. Now that you understand that, let's make it that when this video ends, then let it scroll to this FAQ section by itself. So when the video, let's say you have an ad playing and you want the user to just go to this place without them doing anything. So when the video finishes playing, you just direct them to the FAQ section, right? So it's pretty simple. What you want to do is to come over here and change it. If you want to make it in a way that when the video hits and when the video ends, then something should happen, you can come here to add when video ends over here, so that you have 2 triggers here. The way it works is one trigger, that is this when video ends, can contain multiple actions. I can put play or pause. I can also put mute or unmute. All these are actions under this trigger. And you see, this is a trigger. So you have multiple interactions here, and each interaction has a trigger and multiple actions. That's how it works. But right now, I want only one interaction to be here, which is when video hits. We've already demonstrated that, right? But I want to change it now to when video ends. And when the video ends, I want the user to scroll to. So you put scroll to, and you put this hero newsletter. Let me rename it to FAQs. So this is it. This is interaction. This animation, I like to change it to animate so that it will be smooth, right? If you want to leave it to instant, it's okay. It's just that it's going to jump to that part where you want it to scroll to. But when you do animate, it's just going to scroll smoothly. Let's play it and see. Let me restart. Okay. Can you see that it scrolled to this part? If I go back up, once the video ends, it's going to come back. Can you see? It just came back to FAQs. So right now it's auto playing and it's looping. That is, it's starting over and over and over again. But if you don't want it to start over and over again, you want the video to play once, this part is where the loop is. So you select this, that means you cancel it, right? So the video will not loop during your prototyping. If you play it again, you can see it will just direct us straight there and it will not make noise again. you can see that this works. But if you want it to keep repeating itself, you can do this. You can just remove the cancellation. You can see it has even started in the background. Immediately I remove it, it's already looping. When you deselect this autoplay, you need to set an interaction for the video to start playing, right? So you can do on click. That is when you click on the video, then play or pause video, then do play only, right? So when you click on it, it's going to play, because right now it's not going to autoplay. If you come back to the video and you restart it, this is the video, you restart it, it's not going to play on itself except you click it. And you see that it now works when you click it, and it did not loop, it did not repeat itself. So that's what you want, and that is how video interactions work. We're finally come to the end of this video. I hope it wasn't too lengthy, and I hope that you enjoyed it. We've been able to talk about all these prototype triggers. I mentioned that while hovering doesn't work on mobile. I also mentioned that these two, while hovering and while pressing, they don't work together, and it's best to just pick one so that they don't confuse you. After delay is pretty straightforward. It's just used to set a timer for an interaction to happen. Then key or gamepad. This one is used when you want an interaction to be triggered by your keyboard or by pressing something on your gamepad. This mouse enter and mouse leave, they are twins. Use them together and they are similar to while hovering. This mouse enter triggers what happens when you hover on a certain element, while this mouse leave triggers what happens when you leave that element. Then mouse down and mouse up. These two are also twins. They work just like the while pressing. The mouse down determines what happens while you are still pressing, and you can use it for multiple interactions. Then the mouse up triggers what happens once you lift your mouse, once you stop printing or fingerprinting, once you stop pressing. While pressing always returns to the previous state, while the mouse up returns to other states that you want the element to have, or other pages that you want the element to navigate to. Then this when video hits and when video ends. These two are triggers for videos only. I hope that you have really enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learn a lot from it. If you do enjoy my content, please drop a like, comment, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Don't forget to use the comment section to tell me what type of content you would want me to create more. If you do not want to use the comment section, you can shoot me a direct email by clicking on my profile. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.